It's often said, and it's known to everybody who studied science, that there's limitless energy in the sun, and there is a lot of power behind the wind plan that we have in India. Yet there are barriers to how this industry is growing. Are they just man-made, or how do you look at these barriers? Are they surmountable?
Well, I'd say that it's a mixed bag. You have barriers that are nature-based as well. So, I mean, for example, the access to grids in remote places, especially countries where, I mean, in India, of course, you've got a lot of remote lands, and we've overcome quite a bit here in India, unlike some other countries. So that would go and feed into the nature-based. And man-made, to some extent, is because probably, I wouldn't say that so much of India. Inaction happens in some markets where government inaction also results in as one of the barriers that we have. Of course, the high capital investment initially done, and this is not India. I can give an example from another country. I was talking to a prime minister of a small island state, and I asked him, what is your fuel import bill? And he turns around and says 38% of his GDP goes into importing fuel, and that's a small island state, neck deep in their sovereign debt. So, I mean, India may not be in the same platform as that, but steep deep into policy issues that this nation had, ISA, or International Solar Alliance, had to work with the legislative group, tweak the Energy Act, tweak so many things to bring in. But India does have a bit of a way to go as well in terms of policy and regulation and support in being able to support the utilities. For instance, making it mandatory for utilities to some extent in terms of the procurement requirements, having e-marketplace. I know the Indian government has embarked on it, being able to firm it up in terms of a platform where you could aggregate requirements, where you're able to aggregate solar energy or wind energy or renewables, being able to have an e-market platform where you'll be able to consolidate and argument all requirements of solar energy, plays a big role in being able to remove barriers there as well. And the last point I'd like to also talk about is about having a renewable portfolio standard. So it's kind of consistent. In a market where you do get Chinese products, where consistency in quality isn't there, being able to have a platform again in terms of having a portfolio standard in place. So the manufacturing base is able to have a guidance. Like if you take hydrogen, one of the reasons not just India, but across the world, research is still dragging its feet is because there's a definitive standard that we need to reach and say this is what is called green hydrogen. And if we could do that, that sets the pathway to take it forward.
Right.